seven seas right now. So let me just take a couple minutes in, but give me like 2 minutes. We'll get this thing. So let me just get this baby going. All right. So I can't figure out how to exactly get the other live stream to go away. So hopefully people kind of hop in here. But what is going on? I'm Kyle. I'm taking over for Let's Talk Tuesday on Pete's behalf because right now he is cruising on the Carnival Legend, which I am extremely jealous about. But I got another cruise planned for July 4th, so it'll be really cool to do that. Um, Definitely get some nice vlog content out for you guys because it has been a little while since we were able to upload a Carnival Cruise vlog. Um, so yeah, today I just kind of want to go over the drink packages on Carnival because that is what both of our vacations and vlogs coming out in the next couple months are going to be. Um, so let's just dive right into it. Unfortunately, Carnival did raise their prices, so I'm not really thrilled about that. I believe it's $60 a day, 59.90 something if you book beforehand, but now going up if you booked on board. I think it's like 64, 65. And then after you add your 18% gratuity, it just becomes, you know, a little bit of a headache just to kind of pay for it, but it is still a really nice to have. It's definitely not a necessity by any means, but I do think just being able to have the carefree, go to any bar, order a drink. If you don't like it, just don't finish it because you still have however many more left you have for the day, which is kind of nice. I know personally, Pete and I we kind of run through those drinks pretty quickly. Um, and we do usually drink all 15, at least on Carnival. Um, but I do have to say, my parents went on Royal Caribbean last week, and the really interesting thing with Royal is that only one person in the room has to get the drink package, but it's like double the price. I think it's like 90 something dollars a day. So it's really expensive, but they don't cap you like Carnival does. Um, but at the same time, if like you could sneak some drinks to other people, I know you're not supposed to, but hey, man, we're all about efficiency here and saving money. So you know, it's understandable. Some people don't want to pay, especially, if you have a cabin of three people, $90 a day. I mean, that's crazy. I don't want to spend almost $300 a room. Royals raking it in at that point. I'm really jealous of that. I need to open up, just start a cruise line, Boat Breakers LLC coming in hot. Uh, we'll get some good quality service out there for you guys, especially now that cruising prices is going up. I mean, I'm sure they're going to start a surcharge for gas soon, an oil surcharge, which is really going to suck. But honestly, everything's going up in prices, and I think on board, just tickets have stayed relatively the same. Um, I mean, they are cutting corners more than they used to. Like I do know, um, for C-Day brunch, at least on Carnival, it used to be a filet uh, mignon that they'd give you with your eggs for steak and eggs. Now I think they dialed that back to just like a strip steak, which isn't a big deal, but it's where they can cut corners here or there, save a buck. It definitely adds up in the long run for them, and I'm indifferent about it. I understand where they're coming from as a customer. Am I happy about it? No, but I understand. And I do hope once sailing starts to return to normal occupancy, we'll get to be back in the, feels of the good old steak and eggs and quality food. But again, as a customer right now, I totally get what's going on in the current climate of things. Um, yeah, I think what topics do we have to cover today? Viking. I don't know if anyone saw, but Viking Cruise Line, which is a subsidiary of Carnival is actually lifting the test mandate. So before you have to get on board, usually you have to take a test 48 hours before, which is a headache for all travelers. I mean, I personally cruise. I've only sailed once during the pandemic, but just that one time to get a test was absolutely terrible. It was very stressful because you don't even get to have like any chance of knowing when those test results are going to come unless you take a rapid test. But those are really hard to come by, honestly. Even still, we're waiting to see what's going on with that. Um, I hope all the cruise lines follow suit with that, though. I really want cruise lines to lift the testing mandate because it saves some money. Because if you get a rapid test, anywhere from like $70 to $100 for if you're getting it at the port, it just adds up really quickly. Moonlight Adventures, what's going on? How you doing? I'm taking over for Pete today. I know this is his thing on Tuesdays, but he's currently on a cruise, so I am hopping in. Hopefully, I could entertain you guys for this little Tuesday evening content. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm just talking through some random stuff. If you have anything you want to talk about, I'm here, man. But like I was just saying, it's crazy now that one of the cruise lines has finally lifted their testing requirements. And if everyone else could follow suit, that'd be great because it's a headache to get those last minute tests. I mean, I'm sailing on the 4th of July, and um, a lot of pharmacies are closed 48 hours before that because it's on a Monday this year. So, like Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of hit or miss with pharmacies that are willing to test you and then give you results within 48 hours. So, I'm actually kind of worried about scrambling to get a test before I go on a cruise for that. But totally understandable. We'll be able to find something. I'm sure there's an urgent care or something that will test. Just got off the Magic last Friday. Wasn't good. Oh, I saw that actually. Um, yeah, I mean, I saw the car windows were broken into and they stole a bunch of stuff, siphoned gas. That would be a terrible way to come back. I mean, it's already rough to have to go home and cook your own food, go grocery shopping, do your laundry, but then having to call the cops, do a police report, that would suck. But how'd you like the Magic last Friday? I'm excited to go back. Have a cruise booked in a couple weeks. Pete's on a cruise right now, like I was saying, and I'm really excited just to get back on a ship. But I heard they made some cutbacks and the staff issues when we went in January. It definitely didn't affect us. We were selling at like a quarter capacity, half capacity, and like the ship felt like we had too much staff. But now I know that's not the case. So I'm curious to know, how was it? Cruise director was Ryan Rose. I've never had Ryan. That's awesome that you didn't have any problem with staffing. I mean, I'm just going off of what people have said on like Facebook groups, and people do tend to complain a lot if things don't go their way. I've seen things where like people want a refund for just like them not having a certain dish in the dining room for their cruise. People are going to complain about everything. So totally, I don't get it. But if that's not the case right now and on board, it feels like you're still getting all the attention you feel like you need. That is awesome. So that's good to hear. I'm really excited. I hope Pete and the boys are having a good time then, because unfortunately, how work panned out for me, I wasn't able to get off because they're doing a 7 day or an 8 day, 7 night, 8 day um, out of Baltimore, which I'm very jealous of. And now they're on the Legend. So I don't know if you really care about what class ship you sail on. I'm personally like, it's cool. Just get me on a boat, cool with it. But I really like that class of ship because the nightclub is 2 floors, and as someone who really likes to go out at night and make the most of my experience, I appreciate that because you have your bar on one floor, you have your dance floor, people congregate, kind of bounce around. Feels like you're actually like in a really cool club on land because it's so big. Um, I really wish they had that on more ship. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you there. Just get me on any ship and I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm 100% there with you. Do you have a certain brand? You were on the Magic, so do you have is Carnival the go-to brand for you, or what if you can pick any cruise line to go on? What are you thinking? All right, so let's check out and checking out some cruise news just to get some stuff to talk about. Of course, Carnival Cruise is our go-to so far. Royal Caribbean Symphony. Nice, nice. My parents literally just got back from a Royal Caribbean cruise. They said it was awesome. I mean, they went on one of the newer, like gigantic ones with like the water shows and Central Park and like the I don't even know 14-story water slide, which I haven't done a royal ship like that ever. It's definitely I feel like it'd be really cool vlog material. And even just like vacationing material. Like I would love to do a 14-foot water slide. Did you do any of that like cool stuff? Did that ship have anything? I know the Symphony is one of the newer ish ships. So, oh, what am I saying? You're going on it. Maybe I'll book it with you, honestly. We'll both get on there because I feel like once I scratch that itch, one cruise, and then I feel like I need another one and another one. It's not an addiction. It's just, a really healthy habit. It's a healthy relationship that I have with cruising. But I am seeing some things, it's, it's part of the future. BBD Cruise Group. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Let me check that out. Is that like a travel agency or let's see. Beach, please. I'm seeing it. There is. Oh, okay, okay. All right, it's another YouTube channel. I see. They're doing. All right, I gotta look into this later. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into this. It looks like there's some quality stuff. Their channel, we collaborate with them, but they're. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm try not to get that going. Yeah, I mean, if they have like the whole, I feel like the TA thing, so cool. I I love the cruisers or the YouTubers that can like balance the being TAs and getting the discounts and being able to film it. I wish that we built something like that. Seems like it's a really cool idea and definitely it just makes sense, honestly. Just to get even your own discounts. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Have a good night. Taco Tuesday, Turn Up Tuesday, whatever you're doing. But thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate it. So now I'm thinking, we're doing the drink package. I'm going on a cruise with my family on 4th of July. I'm going to say it a couple times. If you're watching this through, replay, I'm sorry. I'm sure this is, a little painful, but doing a family vacation. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm really excited for that. Just like, not even just for material for YouTube, but because I haven't been on a vacation with this family in a very, very long time. My niece and nephew are coming, which is going to be awesome. I'm really excited to hang out with them. Um, it's definitely going to be a different pace. We're still going to be hitting the bars left and right, but it's not going to be like club until like closes down and then get pizza, or maybe it will be. Who knows? I mean, my family is a little crazy, so we'll see how it plays out. But I'm excited just to go down on a cruise ship. Honestly, um, it's I think my brother and his wife, and obviously his kids, first time sailing Carnival, so got to show them the ropes. Like, I mean, I've hyped up guys' burgers to the point of like, they must think it's heaven on earth, and they're probably gonna be a little bit let down because I've built it up so much. But I think guys is good. Apparently, they switched over their fry recipe recently, and apparently it's not as good. They're frozen fries. I'm not really too upset about fries if I'm going mostly for a burger, but you know, I understand Carnival's trying to cut costs wherever they can just because their stock is not doing so hot. And I think the travel industry as a whole right now, just with inflation and everything, they're just trying to cut costs where they can. And honestly, as a diehard cruising fan, I'm cool with it. If it gets them to sail a couple more times, I'm fine with that. Everyone's got to make sacrifices. Um, but as long as I'm getting the same experience with the bartenders, the people on board are still friendly. And I don't even mean like staff. I mean, I personally like going on Carnival because everyone's so down to earth and chill. And I feel like it's always just a good time. I mean, it is the fun ship. I've never had a bad time on a Carnival cruise ship. I've sailed when I went on Norwegian. It was off season. I've went on Norwegian a couple times, but my latest one, it was off season, and people were just more reserved, and the nightclub, maybe there was like 10, 15 people, and it was the same crowd every night. And usually, on a cruise ship, you start to just talk to people because you have no one else to talk to. Like, you are stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean with them for a week or so. But even then, like, people are keeping to themselves. So for that reason, I'm just still all about Carnival. It just makes sense for me because, I like to socialize, get to know people's stories. And that's just a cruise line that has consistently tried and true, just been fun, and everyone's been so cool. But I'm thinking, you know, Carnival. What are like some other things other than Geisberg? I guess Alchemy Bar. That's a big thing that no one's really. If you haven't been on Carnival before, really wouldn't get. I love the Alchemy Bar. Honestly, I'm really excited to show my family that for their first time. I'm Whenever they ask you like what you like and they do like a custom cocktail, not one that's like on the menu, it's always so good. And then you're just like, how did you do that? And then you try to go home and figure out how they did that sorcery, and it never comes out quite right, which, it breaks my heart a little bit, but it's the magic of cruising. But yeah, I don't know. So we were on the Mardi Gras, geez, like 6 months ago at this point, and I'm hoping that there's more people than how that was because I mean we were selling at half capacity. It was like the height of Omicron, but I'm just excited to get back on a ship with like all of it, like the lip sync, the hairy man contest. I know that's back. I've seen a couple of videos with like people doing that. So I feel like we're back to pretty much normal. And if we get that testing requirement lifted, just like how they did for Viking, that would be awesome. I mean, I'm just looking. Excuse my dog. He is napping right now. Um, yeah, but if we get the testing requirement lifted, and then just nothing but good vibes as soon as you book a vacation all the way to getting on board. I'm very excited for all that. I'm trying to think what else is tough now cruising with COVID. Somebody should make that a shirt, and I feel like it's a good tagline. I mean, no one wants to cruise with COVID, but like, it's kind of inevitable. Show you what it's like messy over there. So, dog just woke up from a nap and he is just staring right now. And if you think this is like a little messy with like the paper and you got to see the other side. It's not pretty right now. I hope my audio is okay because I haven't even really asked. I know Pete has had audio issues over the last like 2 weeks when he's been doing this, so I'm hoping that this is okay. We're just hanging out though. If the audio's bad, I'm sorry. Let me check. And I know we had another live scheduled like right now, but I'm just too dumb to figure out how to fix that. So I hope no one's in that one. Doesn't look like it, but it's cool. If they are, hopefully they figure it out and they'll hop over here. Um, Obviously, we're just the most popular YouTubers ever, so it's all good with the live stream. um, but yeah, I'm just trying to think of some stuff that has been going on lately on cruising. I mean, just the big thing is mask mandate getting lifted off of Viking. The drink package price going up. So now, actually, let's talk about that because I'm looking to book it right now for Carnival. So they raise their prices to I think after the 18% gratuity, it comes out to like 70 something a day before you book, which means basically instead of having the old break even of like 5, 6 drinks, now it's like seven, maybe even 8 drinks, which is basically using half the package. I personally think it's worth it for me, but I am gonna have another person in my room who doesn't drink as much. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be worth it for them to get the alcohol package. I mean, obviously, Carnival, you have to do it because you're in the room together, but um, yeah, they're making it a lot harder to break even, and I guess that's the point. They're trying to squeeze out every dollar they can just to try to profit because, again, not doing the hottest right now, but definitely for the people who don't drink, I think they're get the alcohol package. Carnival's definitely gonna make their money's worth on them now because, you know, $10 increase is a decent amount per day. Um, and obviously, the tips went up, but that's totally cool. Like that staff works so hard and they deserve every tip and every dollar they get, if not more. So, and it was like raised $2. I remember when that first happened, everyone was like making a really big stink about it. It was like, fork it over, man. You tip your waitress or waiter whenever you're at a restaurant. You tip your bartender. Like, just tip the people who clean up after you for an entire week and cook for you. Basically, make your life just so pleasant. And I'm really wishing that it would, whenever you get off a cruise ship, you're just like, how do I bring these people with me? And then you're thinking, like, how do I hire merry maids and a cook and a cleaner? And then you're just like, you know what? If I just somehow make some money and retire on a cruise ship like that one couple did, actually, a few couples have done it, but one couple was in the news recently, and it was like $40,000 a year to like live on a cruise ship, which isn't that crazy with like, especially the way rent and stuff is going these days. I mean, put me on a cruise ship. I just need to figure out how to make money while working on a cruise ship. But maybe we'll figure that out. Wi-Fi package, work from there. Then it's like Am I going to want to work every day and then not enjoy the whole point of just like relaxing? I never like for those cruise YouTubers that are like really big. I always wondered if it got sort of boring just being on a ship every week, if it like loses, that little magic that you get um, from just being taken care of so often. Just because I only go on one like once a year, twice a year. This year's twice a year. Next year will probably be a little bit more because we are trying to pick up the speed on the vlogs. Um, but I hope it never loses steam because I would take a bullet before not being able to cruise ever again. And that's just me personally. Some may say an addiction, some might say a healthy obsession. Whatever. We love cruises, and I'd love to be able to do more of this. Anybody got anything going on today? A little Taco Tuesday action. I just finished tacos. We did a little slow cooker beef from Aldi. Not sure if anyone's familiar with their carnitas, but it's like $2 a pound. It's incredible. Highly, highly recommend actually. Try to keep life fun, Not just on cruises, but like off cruises. Live on the day. Enjoy your life. For everyone just joining, it's me, Kyle. Pete is currently on the legend right now. Oh no, what happened to BTS? Shelly, always good to have you. Welcome. What did happen to BTS? Oh no way. Just looking it up right now. That's crazy. They're so big and they're gonna do a hiatus. I mean, it worked out for One Direction and like they made some good music separately, but damn, that's crazy. No, you know what? Honestly, if you want to go cry your eyes out and like cuddle a pillow for the rest of the night, I appreciate you stopping in, but I totally understand. That sucks. Yeah, yeah, they're taking a little break. Yeah, it's crazy. Any other world news? I've just been so busy with like work lately that I have not been able to like kind of do anything other than stare at a laptop and not like the fun stuff on a laptop. So this is me taking a little break, blowing off a little steam, getting to know everyone, whoever's watching. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, spending a little hangout time with me. Try to have a little fun. Shelly, is that your favorite group? Is BTS boy band? I mean, I'm not really musical artist. I'm not really sure how to categorize them. Listen to a few songs from them. Any plans for the celebration? Nathan, what's up? Yes, we're actually looking for January 8th, 23. So couple of days after this is the first cruise after the new year. We're definitely looking to do that. Really excited about that. We like the Mardi Gras a little bit. I saw some of the new stuff come out about the celebration. They're it's not the French Quarter, but like I think it's I forgot the terminal or something. Looks really cool. I'm excited to check that out. They kept a few things that I think were cool. I mean, we never really got a chance to do. What is it? The Cajun restaurant. I can't think of it. Emilio's. I'm booked on the third sailing. Oh man, nice. First 7-day cruise. That's cool because like hopefully they're getting their kinks worked out before you get on the ship. So the first 7-day sailing, I'm sure that'll be, still a little bit of a test run in their book, but definitely I would never want to do an inaugural sailing just because they gotta iron out so many issues. Like the Mardi Gras, even when we went on and it was like months later, they still had issues. So I think you're in a pretty sweet spot. I'm really excited to get on the celebration though. It looks awesome. Have you seen anything that you're like really excited about? My daughter introduced me to them, and I'm staying on back to back. Nathan, man, I want to be living your life. That is the dream. Is doing back to back. I've only considered it one time during the summer, and that was like college, where I had some free time. But back to back's where it's at. Are you retired? Are you working remote? And that's cool. Music's for all ages. I introduced my dad to. Actually, I introduced. No, it was my mom to a few DJs, and she's really digging the EDM scene now, which is really cool. Honestly, it's cool to bond over music with like your family. Obviously, I mean, I'm a huge fan of disco, and that's kind of just like what my family ingrained into me as a young kid. But it's awesome to be able to listen to stuff and hang out with them. I think it's cool. Past ships is cool. Yeah. We have next 2-year cruises booked on the Pride. Yes, Shelly, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Pride is probably my favorite ship. It was the first one I ever did with my friends, and now we make it like an annual thing, maybe even like twice a year. Um, but the Pride kicked it off. It's my favorite ship. The nightclub there with the two floors, which is I'm very jealous of because Pete's on the Legend right now, and it also has a 2-floor nightclub. I love that setup. Those older class ships, they have like a certain just not nostalgia feeling, but like just the way they're designed, they don't make them like they used to, and that's like the sweet spot. That's like the bread and butter for me. It's like not too big, has just the right amount of people. Um, you don't get all the food options on them, but whatever they have on them, I always end up really enjoying. So totally cool. No college student arrival. Hey, the casino rates. Dude, my parents just got a free cruise last week just for they gamble in Atlantic City like a lot. Um, and they'll get handed cruises kind of left and right. And those the cruises that they get are usually with Royal Caribbean or they got one with MSC. They said they would never go MSC again, though they said the food sucked, other than like the pizza. But yeah, man, if you're a gambler, it it pays to cruise it's worth it sometimes. They lose enough money on the ship, but a free vacation here or there, it's nice. I want to spirit. I agree. Those types of carnival ships are golden. Yeah, I mean, those are like what the fun ships were about. It's like they had to be focused around entertainment just because they didn't have all the activities. Like even the older Royal Caribbean ships, like they still had the wave runner. They still had like the little indoor skydiving thing. Karate time for your dog. Thanks for stopping in, Shelly. I'll talk to you hopefully next week. Enjoy your night. Thank you. But yeah, I feel like Carnival, the way they did it, was just focused on entertainment. And now I think they're getting away with that with the newer ships. Like there's so much on board that they're like trying to be other cruise lines, but I hope they don't lose the magic of like the fun ship. And if you hear that, it's my dog scratching himself. All right, we're done. But yeah, I need to go on the celebration. I have a cruise book on Mardi Gras. The celebration starts, I think, in November this year. So you still got some time. I mean, definitely go on the Mardi Gras. It was cool. It's like a one and done for me. The rooms were just so small on the Mardi Gras that like I wouldn't do it again, honestly. I know the celebration's probably gonna be the same exact thing, but they have different stuff to do. They'll have the same roller coaster, so um, that was cool. But I think I'm like more favoring the older Carnival ships if I'm doing Carnival, honestly. Did I see what happened with the cost? Is this the one that's getting transferred over to the Carnival fleet? Let's see what's going on. Transfers to the Carnival cruise. Yeah, I did hear about this, and I'm really curious about. Does it have cooler features or anything? Like, do you know anything about it? Because I'm looking at it right now. It looks like it's an older ship. Is this just supposed to be replacing the Freedom or something that's going on? Yeah, the celebration's inaugural is in November. That's when I go on the Mardi Gras. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like I said, honestly, I would never want to go on an inaugural cruise or like the first couple weeks after an inaugural cruise, just because there's still so many kinks getting worked out by the staff, and they have so much to figure out still when it just comes to like keeping food hot and like running the food, um, even like cleaning bedrooms and stuff too, because sometimes the staff's just so overworked. But Mardi Gras, it's pretty much ironed out. We went in January, and we still some issues, but definitely couldn't imagine being it on like the very first sailing. Did you go on the Wonder of the Seas? I did not. I haven't sailed Royal in a very long time, actually. I want to. Um, my parents were just on the Oasis. I believe it was the Oasis, and they just spoke so highly of it with all the activities. So that would be cool. I have not been on the Wonder Seas. Matt, have you got it booked or just coming back from that recently? I think they're just replacing it from the ships they lost during COVID. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, smart for Carnival just to pivot around like that. Did you see what happened with Viking? Because Carnival owns Viking too. Um, they're removing the masks, not the masks, the pre-cruise testing, which is awesome. I hope they can roll that out fleet wide or like company umbrella wide. I have not booked it. I want to. I want to travel into it. Hey, nice. Very nice. I mean, we should start booking through you, honestly, because we don't have a PVP or anything, or just like a travel agent in general. We have people that we used in the past, but due to COVID, some layoffs happened there, and we haven't been able to reach her since. So, um, yeah, email us your information. Actually, I'm definitely will look into you because we're going to be booking a lot over the course of 23, just for content here, honestly. Yeah, it is huge. I mean, it's not the biggest cruise line, but as soon as one starts, if the dominoes just continue to fall, because the stress of getting a COVID test is just like it's rough. I have one planned for the 4th of July, which is on a Monday. So that means I have to get tested on Saturday and hopefully get the results back. And, Sundays, sometimes some pharmacies are closed. But no, once one does, they all do. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm trying to remember back to when they removed the mask mandate for cruising because I don't know if that was like just an all at once group consensus thing or if like one line did it and then like a couple weeks went by after like I feel like people are gonna wait to see what happens over the next month or two with that. Like if rates increase, they're probably gonna roll that back. But I'm very hopeful for that. I'm really fingers crossed on that. This Costa ship though, it looks kind of cool. I mean, it's got a carnival feel to it without, like what am I even trying to say here? It's got a slight carnival feel to it, so it's not like they're totally starting brand new with just, like, an older ship, but it looks very cool. Yeah, I mean, I haven't sailed Costa in a minute. Actually, I've never sailed Costa, that's just a total lie. But my grandfather was a longshoreman for Costa, so going way back in, like, ooh, probably, like, 60s, 70s for that. Family's from Italy, though. And Costa, European. I had sailed on Royal since 2019, going back to the 17th September. Awesome. Yeah. Honestly, let me know how you like Royal. Um, I feel like they just have so much to do on their ships, but like I said, the people that I meet on Royal, I know like the people that sail Royal are like loyal to Royal or like whatever that hashtag is, but I still haven't found like this is the best ship ever on Royal, but I haven't sailed like their new like what is it, quantum classes or whatever, since those rolled out, which is a very long time, honestly. I've been loyal to Carnival. My grandma sailed on the Concordia before. Jeez, I mean, that's a scary thought, but That was a fluke accident. Glad to hear she's okay. Was it like, God, when did that happen? That happened like what, 6, 7 years ago at this point? Time flies, man. Um, yeah, Costa's cool. I was actually looking to do a Mediterranean cruise later on, a year before it sank. That's crazy, honestly. That's crazy. I watched the whole documentary on like how that unfolded, and it's just so unfortunate. Like the events there, I feel like could have been prevented, and just bad moves from the captain. Honestly, overall, um, 2011. Damn, 11 years ago. Time really does fly, man. That is crazy. That's crazy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been looking though because I do want to do a Mediterranean cruise, and it's just so cheap to do like Costa. I mean, granted, it's like the Carnival of the Mediterranean. Um, it's really, I'm just like worried about the whole language barrier thing because obviously Italian's gonna be like the first language there, and I don't speak a lick of it, so I wouldn't know how that would go over, honestly. So I'll have to do some research into that, honestly. What do you have planned for 23? I might be down to go on certain ones. So we're doing the celebration in January. January 8th is probably the day we're booking. Then we're gonna try to do, depending on like how our vlogs start to kind of roll out and if we pick up traction or not, we'll try to do another two, maybe three that year. I think Royals unveiling a ship. We might try to get on that just again for content. And then we'll probably do another Carnival cruise during the summer. So the only one that's like set in stone right now is Carnival for the celebration. But Matt, we're around, man. If you want to shoot us an email, I think it's in our about. If not, I'll just type it in right here and talk to us. We're around, and yeah, especially if you own your own travel agency, man. Sounds like everything's a write off. So come on some vacations with us. We'll show you a good time, I promise. Or I'm sure you could probably show us a better time, honestly, because I don't travel for a living. Awesome. I'll be sure to check out for that. I'll talk to Pete too. He and we usually never buy Wi-Fi packages. We just like to enjoy the vacation, other than the fact that of vlogging, of course. But yeah, I'll talk to him when he gets back. I think that's next Saturday or Sunday, and see if we can get anything ironed out. Honestly, that'd be awesome. Hang out. Simply, yeah, absolutely. I mean, no need to overkill anything. Just keep it simple. No need to overcomplicate anything. And yeah, that like I said before, kind of in the live stream, I feel like the older Carnival ships the best. I'm really excited too because right now it's on a Legend. I'm going on the Liberty, 4th of July actually, and those class of ships, man, like Conquest class and what is it's not the Legend class, is it? I'm not sure what class off the top of my head. I could look it up, but I'm too lazy. I mean, who are just wanting to get away and just pay the cruise fare, and that's it. I mean, it's cool to do excursions and stuff too, man. My first cruise was on the Ecstasy. Yeah, I mean, is the Ecstasy? I That's gonna be retired, or I think that has been retired. Um, yeah, the older Carnival class fans, like they don't do make them like they used to, and I stand by that. That's what Carnival as a brand always has the coolest people. So if you're looking to go on a Carnival cruise, Matt, gladly. If it's a royal, it has to be over the top, overblown, crazy ship because that's kind of just. If I'm not going on Carnival, I want like all the bells and whistles. If I am going on Carnival, I'm cool with just keeping it simple and keeping it plain with some like cool excursions thrown in the mix, of course. But yeah, definitely. Let me look that up actually. Is the ecstasy? Nope, Carnival ecstasy is gone. Okay. Until she is gone in October 20. You do the drink pick. Oh, we do both. We do both. Yeah. We go a little overboard though, because like we like to have parties in our room, and we'll just invite everyone back after like the nightclub dies down. So I feel terrible for our neighbors, but we haven't had noise complaints other than like one or two times. So yeah, we'll do the drink package. We'll just because the drink package, peace of mind, go to a bar, get something, don't like the taste, leave it there. But that's liquor abuse or alcohol abuse. We always drink, make sure everything's drank in our friend group. But yeah, I actually go with a bunch of friends once a year, and it's a wild time. Yeah, just like us. I mean, we just did ours in January in the Mardi Gras with a group of like eight or nine. Um, and it was fantastic. Like it was such a big ship that we didn't feel like because usually if we go on like a smaller ship where like the capacity is like under 3,000, a group of nine guys just walk around by themselves just feels like it's a lot. But that ship felt like we could be spaced out and not be like too hey look at us even when we were like filming and walking around with cameras. So awesome. Yeah, I watch the videos. I watch a lot of YouTube. Hey, I'm the same way. I mean, I'm doing market research honestly and just seeing what's on top these days because if we're trying to take YouTube seriously, kind of need to know what's going on the scenes. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the only thing with us is that I feel like there's some editing because I'm the one that does the editing, so there's some editing things that I want to definitely try to learn how to implement. But as a whole, I just want to get on more ships and just put out more content because I don't think our stuff's terrible. I think it's pretty good, honestly. Like I'm entertained when I watch it back, but I'm not a viewer. I'm just the creator that hopes everyone's enjoying and like taking a step out of their day just to like kind of relax, get out of the headspace, whatever they're doing, and just enjoy the vacation. Because I personally, when I'm, you know, just in a rut at work or just in life, I'll definitely watch cruise videos because I just imagine myself on them, and it's just such a better experience, honestly, as a viewer, just to be like, wow, I could go on this. Where am I from? I have lived in Jersey my whole life, but I just moved to Philadelphia last year. So I was always really close with Pete and like the friend group that I usually cruise with, but now I'm like 2 hours away by car. So um, yeah, that sucks. But at least we always hang out once a year on a cruise, but we hang out pretty consistently, like maybe like once a month, once every 2 months. Um, not as often as I like, but work, life happens. But oh, Oceanport, nice, nice. I have friends or I have family in Tom's River actually, so I think that's pretty close to Oceanport. Where do you live in New York? Because that's where the majority of my family's from. A lot of my family lives in Brooklyn or Staten Island. Some in Long Island, but not really too close with that part of the family. Syracuse. Oh, you're up there. Okay, nice. I had a friend that went to Syracuse. It's cool. Cool little part of New York. Yeah, I always said I was never gonna move out of New Jersey, but things happen. So I'm starting to really dig the city life, city away from the city. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I was just saying, I'm starting to get used to the city life, but I'm in a part of Philadelphia that's not like it's outskirts of the city. So it's not like I wake up to like the hustle and bustle and like people yelling every morning, but definitely still cars driving by and some yelling. But I live across the street from a bar, and right now they're doing Trivia Tuesdays, and that always goes till like midnight. So even in the suburbs of a city, not really the outskirts of a city, you still get some joys of the city whenever you're trying to go to bed at a reasonable time and have college kids screaming away trivia answers to 80s rock. What's your favorite cruise line? Is it Carnival? Yeah, yeah, it's Carnival. I mean, I will say, ever since I've sailed, like I've been sailing, like my parents used to take me on cruises, like that was their preferred vacation at like I don't know 2 or 3, and we did a couple Disney, did some Royal Caribbean, but I think Carnival's just been like the go to for us, just because the people are so down to earth and so just ready to let loose and really enjoy the vacation. There have been some cutbacks over the last like couple years, with food and like not putting mints on pillows or what have you. Like debate. I don't even know if Carnival ever did like the entry champagne, but like they've done cutbacks. But I'm still premier cruise line. Carnival's in my book. I know it's like the Walmart of cruising, but I personally call me white trash or whatever. I love Carnival, and I think it's the best cruise line. Just to get away and do whatever you want, have some fun, and the bartenders just they hook it up after you get to know them for a little while. And what else do you want on a vacation? The only other cruise line that I would say is I went on a Norwegian ship to Cuba back when that was a thing in 2019, and it was really cool there because that's when like they were basically just giving everything away for free. So it was like the drink package, the Wi-Fi, the restaurants, like everything was included. Um, and the staff was just so cool. Did they do the free bottle wine when you book festival on the Mardi Gras? We didn't do the steakhouse on the first night. Um, I think that's only the steakhouse that they give the bottle of wine for. They might. I think they still do that. I know, like the cruise we're going on the 4th of July, they're doing that. Um, so I would assume so. But there's so much free dining on the Mardi Gras that it's like you don't even need to go to the steakhouse honestly to get a good steak. Like, um, the only specialty dining we did on the Mardi Gras was hibachi, just because you really don't get a show like that in any other restaurant. But it really depends, like what you go, like what is your favorite, like what is Matt? What's your favorite type of food? Like, are you a steak guy? Are you seafood? Because I would highly recommend Rudy's on the Mardi Gras then, which we didn't get around to. I love the employees on Carnival. That's why, yeah, that's exactly why we go back. Honestly, the employees are just on any cruise line, and I feel like just Carnival's employees, especially, they actually look like I don't know if they are, if they've been trained to like trick everyone that they enjoy their job, but they look like they're actually having fun at work, and that's the best part is just being able to like talk to the room steward who's like enjoying cleaning up everyone's dirty sheets and still like being able to put a smile on their face. I'm a food guy, period. But we booked hibachi the first night. Yeah, man, hibachi, fantastic there. Um, yeah, good choice, honestly. That's the only one that we were like, yes, we need to do that because Shebang has like most of the bases covered. Um, we did Cochina a night, which had really good appetizers. The entrees that we had, okay. Um, I would literally, I've said it in our Mardi Gras vlog series that like literally just go there for appetizers and then go to the main dining room. Um, but I'm just so spoiled because the whole my dad is from Italy, so my Italian food expectations are just kind of a little high, And then, living in New York, New Jersey, there's always some pretty good Italian food at every corner. And then what else on the Mardi Gras? We never got around to Emerald's Bistro, which I heard was really good, and I'm kind of upset that we didn't do that, but that's on the celebration too. So round two in the works. Still love it. That's awesome. Yeah, there's only one bartender that we're actually still in contact with. But he was our bartender on the Conquest. So God knows, like 2014. I know, living. I've never been to Bermuda. Yeah. Are there Bermuda? Yeah, there are some Bermuda cruises out in New York. I know Baltimore used to be a hot spot for that too. Um, I've only been to Bermuda once. It's been a while since, honestly, but it was cool. I remember the waters just being really rocky. Like, I don't get seasick, and I got seasick on that cruise. Bermuda Triangle, man. I get you every time. Carnival's not many this year, but I need to go. Yeah. I mean, the only time to really go, because I was looking to go, I remember when COVID first hit, in like March, and everything was so cheap, and I was able to book a Bermuda cruise for literally like $200, like, and it was like a balcony, and it was everything was included, like alcohol, everything. Um, but I knew the weather was going to suck in Bermuda. Like, I think we had it booked for April, and we looked at like the temperatures historically for Bermuda in April, and it was like high 60s, low 70s. So not exactly the Caribbean vacation that you'd expect for that time of year, but since it's off the coast of like North Carolina or one of the Carolinas, um, can't expect the same weather, I guess. But it's beautiful, very cool island. Favorite ship? That's a great question. That's a loaded question. Um, I've been on the Conquest so many times, like probably over five or six. And I wouldn't say just because I like the Conquest, it was just like the cheapest for what we're looking at, where we are looking to go, and for the time of year. Um, I really like the Pride, honestly. I think the glass funnel that literally, I think that's one of the only ships that has it on Carnival, and it overlooks into the steakhouse. So the steakhouse is basically just has a red hue to it. It's awesome. Um, it has a two-floor nightclub, and I'm a huge nightlife person when I'm sailing Carnival. So that's the stuff. I was gonna say Conquest is the cheapest a lot of times. Yeah, I mean it is. It definitely is. And then it does like the ABC Islands. So those are some of my favorite islands, honestly. The Magic. I've never sailed the Magic. I've never sailed the Breeze, and I want to do those. And the Sunrise or Sunshine. I know one of them's out of service. Um, I want to do those because they're like the newer. I like the Horizon. The nightclub in the Horizon was trash though. They didn't even have a bar. It was just a folding table just in the middle of like the seats, which I hated. But the sky bikes were really cool there. The Breeze is the same way as the Magic happened on that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I guess once you do one, you do all of them kind of. Um, but still, I still really want to check out one of those ships just because I like that class of ship. I feel like it's just the newest level of ship you can go to until like you hit the XL class, and the XL class, the rooms are just so much smaller, and like the venues are tighter. I feel like they're just, it's cool. It's cool just to say you have like 22 restaurants on a ship. It's like something I don't know Royal would do, but it doesn't have the same feel as like an older Carnival ship, honestly. But yeah, I'll have to check out honestly the Magic. Because where does the Magic sail out of? Where do you usually sail out of? Is that Miami? Was it Orlando last time I checked? Let me check. Oh, I can look it up too, man. It's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, that's where because my family has a house in Florida now, or my parents have a house in Florida, and it's about like 40 minutes outside of Port Canaveral. So I feel like we're going to be doing that a lot. That's the only reason I'm going on the Liberty actually for the 4th of July is just because it's so close there and we're going to stay at their parents' house. Home is Port Canaveral, but it does sail out of Norfolk. Yeah, I've never sailed out of Virginia. Um, I really, really want to go out of Galveston. I feel like it would be so cool to cruise with all the Southern folks just because, the Southern hospitality. I feel like everyone's just really rowdy in the South too. So it would just make for a great time. So I want to go out of Galveston. And the Jubilee, um, the one after the celebration, is going to be home ported in Galveston. So that is definitely going to be booked. And I think that's going to be January 24th. So a little preview of what's coming in the next 2 years, honestly. That's crazy to think about, but want to do that. I want to do California, go to the other side. Oh, you want to go to like Cabo? I feel like, yeah, those cruises would be cool. I don't know if they do cruises to like Catalina or anything in California. That'd be something I'm not like a huge wine guy, but I feel like it's something you have to do in this lifetime. And the way the world's going, who knows how long this lifetime's going to be, honestly. So, yeah, honestly, I want to do one out of California too. There's so many cruises. We just do the same ones, honestly. Um, but I think we really want to start branching out, especially just for like video purpose at this point. I've been to an Alaska cruise. It's not on my list again. Um, but I've watched I don't know if you guys like follow Para DJ or whatever, but they did an Alaska cruise in like the last couple weeks and it looked cool. I would love to do like a whale watching tour, but what's your favorite place you've been? I really like Aruba. Oh man. I got a few. Grand Cayman was I think the nicest port I've ever been in. Like we took public transportation, which I would never do in any other country or island, to Seven Mile Beach. And then they had like just this old woman who was like 300 pounds smoking jerk chicken on the beach. And it was the best, literally the best chicken I've ever had in my entire life. And I want to go back there just for that jerk chicken because it was truly life changing. Um, and then Curacao. Curacao is really just a cool, low key island with a lot to do as well. Aruba is cool. I like Aruba a lot. Like the ABC Islands, honestly. Belize I could do with or without on that itinerary, but Aruba and Curacao are cool. But yeah, Grand Cayman and Curacao, top two, definitely. Um, and then Margaritaville and Grand Turk is like the stuff. Belize is nice, but once you leave the port, it turns to a whole new world. Yeah, exactly. Like I could do without Belize, honestly. Aruba and Curacao and the ABC Islands, fantastic though. Um, but yeah, we did an excursion in Belize, ooh, 2018, and then we left the port area and um, it was just like everything. There wasn't any grass, there wasn't any like landscaping anywhere. Everything was like just kind of dead. So it happens. I mean, no shade to the country. It's just if I had to pick where I'm spending my money, which ports I'm going to, yeah, I would definitely say Grand Cayman, number one. Which I'm not even sure. I haven't seen an itinerary with Grand Cayman on it for a while because I know they were close to the outside world because of COVID. Curacao, we want to go back, but didn't get enough time there. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. What's it? I think it's called Mambo Beach. I'm almost 100% sure it's called Mambo Beach, actually. Um, it's awesome. It's like they have a few different resorts on the beach. They have like a little water park that you can like climb on all these inflatable like obstacle courses. And then they have um, like a rock ledge that's kind of like a sandbar that's like 30, 40 yards outside of like the main beach area that you can do like flips and stuff off of. My friend almost drowned swimming to that because he's not the strongest swimmer and it is 40 yards. So it's a little far, but excursion, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, I think we did the same excursion. Did you guys jump a creek? Were you in like a little creek in Belize by any chance? because I think that's the one we went on, and that was cool. I really do. Anytime ATVing, just gonna be awesome, honestly. That and jet skiing, like you cannot go wrong with either of those excursions. Just give me a motored vehicle, honestly, and I'm very content. Yeah, I went to the moto, it was fun. Yes, yeah, that's exactly. We did a channel like that literally just did like 3-minute short clips, and we definitely have like that excursion in one of them. And then we went um Dominican Republic. This is my favorite excursion of all time. There's cliff jumping and like water slides, but they're natural water slides. So it's like all these hard rocks that are like the waterfalls have carved indents in, so you can like slide down them. That was probably my favorite excursion of all time, honestly. Um, you start off like really strong too, like you do like a 20-foot jump. Um, I want to do the cave tubing, but the water's too high. I've never done cave tubing. I feel like that'd be cool. A lot more low key. I feel like that's like you can have like a beer or two, like just float through the ocean, like like a naturally made lazy river would be awesome. I've never done anything even like that. Honestly, I'm gonna put that on my radar. Actually, here's my phone. I'm gonna look into that for potential next cruises. Wanted to those cliffs they close like top 10. Honestly, I'm not surprised. The one we started with was insane. Like it was I video doesn't do it justice by any means. It is high. And I know they did have higher ones. Like I remember seeing videos before we booked the excursion. I was like, oh, this looks really cool. That looked even higher. Um, which is a real shame that people died drowning. But I'm again not surprised, which is terrible. Let me pull up. You know what? I actually we have it in our which video is that? Reacting to like top five craziest cruise moments or whatever. And it's like us jumping in. Like that's one of the water slides. And waterfalls is in that video. And yeah, you could see what I'm talking about if you want to go back. I mean, if you don't, totally fine. Just plugging. But yeah, now I'm gonna look into the water. Yes, that is it. That is it. Wow. Dude, you should be the one with the YouTube channel, not me. That was one hell of a excursion. Honestly, I mean, if you said you're engaged, so I'm assuming you're still pretty young. Um, do it. Do it before like your body can't jump 40 feet and like recover. And then you have to swim. It's awesome. And then oh, yeah, dude, you're young enough to like go jump off a cliff. You won't get hurt. They give you like life vests and everything. Um, but adventure, dude, 36 isn't even that old. I mean, we cruise with people who are in their mid 30s, so they're doing it with us. Um, I think the most active excursion I ever did was there was waterfalls in Jamaica, and that was really hard. Like I did that when I was 18, and I was like winded, and I slipped a few times. Like if I probably I don't know if I can do it now. Honestly, my knees have gotten worse as I've gotten older, which is it sucks to say that because I'm still pretty young, but um, I don't know if I could do that honestly. And I'm pretty active still. I wonder now. I'm gonna look this up because climb waterfall Jamaica. Dunn's River Falls. Yeah, Dunn's River Falls. So if you're really curious about that, Dunn's River Falls in Ocho Rios in Jamaica. Cool. Pain in the ass, but cool. Did snorkeling in Dominican. That's cool. Yeah. Like we did snorkeling right before COVID. I think actually, yeah, it was in 2020 before COVID hit. And it was like in Grand Turk. So I started doing Margaritaville, which I kind of regret doing in Grand Turk, honestly, because I love that Margaritaville with a fiery passion. But we were able to do all in one excursion too. It was ATVing, horseback riding, and snorkeling. It was like what else could you ask for, honestly, in an excursion? And they just packaged them all together in one port. Um, it was pretty reasonable. I mean, like, I think it was like 130 bucks, but like for three different excursions, like they chartered a boat to take you snorkeling in the middle of the ocean too. So it was honestly a really good deal. But that's the only time I've ever done snorkeling. And it was short because obviously three excursions in one port. You could probably got COVID and it wasn't a thing. Yeah, I mean, I saw some horror stories because I think they stopped sailing in what was it, March, like late March or April, maybe. No, it was definitely March. Um, yeah, those people probably got COVID, honestly. But yeah, I know people who've like sailed in the last couple months that have gotten COVID. I mean, like if you're vaccinated, I mean, you have to be to go on a cruise. Like chances are, even if you get it, it's not the worst thing. Like my friend said, it was a hangover, which I mean, I've had some pretty bad hangovers in my life, but he wasn't on a respirator or anything. So I mean, it's just a risk that you take now cruising, and I think everyone's well aware of that. Is it's a possibility, but everyone just accepts it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like at one point, the flu of 1918 became just the flu. So it's just one of those things where I'm not gonna say it's time to move on because that's a lot of people lost their lives and everything, but I'm definitely ready to take the next step forward and kind of just go back to normal because I feel bad for the kids who like honestly went to high school and missed out of those like really transformative years in college. Like that sucks for them doing all of that virtually or like missing out on a couple of years of that stuff. So yeah, it's just time to get back on it. But working from home, let's do that forever, honestly. But yeah, work from his life. Yeah. I mean, it saves so much money, especially with gas, the way gas is nowadays. And I think I'm going off on tangents left and right here, but yeah, working from home saves so much money on gas, so much time on commuting. It's like, why would you go back to commuting? It doesn't make sense to me. Spend that time either working or spending time with your family. Just makes more sense. But now back to cruise talk. I feel like the way gas is going, they're going to start bringing back the oil surcharges or the fuel surcharges, I believe is what they called them back when they did that. And I am not excited because I feel like cruising is just, they're doing cutbacks on certain things, which I understand. Again, like you got to do what you got to do to stay afloat. But I mean, if it just becomes like more and more expensive, it's kind of like, are people going to start doing Airbnbs more? I don't know. I mean, I love cruising, but we'll see how crazy the prices get. But I'm glad I'm at least locked into a few that are recently priced, at least. Speaking of COVID, drink some water real quick. Yeah, yeah, I did see that Southwest did that, and I think could be wrong, but I think Royal might have procured a bunch of oil um, to hold them, but like they did that when they still didn't have too much money. So every cruise line's carrying a crazy amount of debt right now. So for their sake, I hope people return to. I mean, we're back to 100% capacity, so they'll start making their money again. But it's just like where are they able to cut costs? Like I said in the beginning of the live stream, um, I don't know if anyone sailed recently, but Carnival they used to have like filet mignon for their C day brunch, and now I think they cut back to like I don't know, like a flat iron steak or a strip steak or something. Like they're cutting corners where they can. Like the guys' burgers now, their fries are frozen, not hand cut. Takes out a worker that has to cut the fries, put them somewhere else. So it makes sense, but you gotta do what you gotta do. That's smart though. Oh, they need all the passengers. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the way cruises are, it's same thing with all inclusives. Like you're kind of just betting on people spending more money on board and like volume driven. So it makes sense. I'm hoping that they could turn a profit, but I know their earnings reports have been a little gloom and doom lately. But fingers crossed. I bought some of their shares at like $14. Now I think it's under 10, which rough, but I think they'll turn it around. I just got an email stating that they expect. That's big. I think the real floodgates are going to open when they say it's not required to have a vaccine to sail anymore, because then it's like a whole nother audience that I've seen just on the Facebook forums and stuff too, that they don't want to be vaccinated, whatever. To each their own, make your own personal choices. But yeah, they're like, we're ready to cruise as soon as Carnival lets us, or whatever. Even any cruise line lets us in, we'll be willing to book. So I feel like once they do that, the testing and the vaccine requirements go away. They'll be rolling in dough. At least fingers crossed. I need to be more Carnival sure. Dollar cost average down, Matt. I mean, why not? I think the company's not going to go anywhere. I mean, it's been around for 50 years, so I think their business model, and I think they could cut costs. Like if they geez, that was very New York. If they could cut costs where they can just to keep some afloat, if they were able to get through like the entire pandemic of like almost 2 years of not sailing, I think they'll be able to get through some inflation and all will be well. I just hope that they bring back some of the things that they're taking away. Because I know for like the Mardi Gras, they got rid of like their diamond and platinum party, which I'm like not terribly upset over. Like I never really did it just because people I sail with aren't platinum, so I don't want to go by myself to those things and just get a cocktail alone. I mean, yeah, I can meet people there, but I feel just like weird being like, "See you guys, I'm going to do unlimited drinks," and then come back hammered, and they're just sitting around at like 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. But it's 5 o'clock every day on a vacation. Once vaccinated, yeah. So many people tell me they're not cruising until it changes. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way the world works. It's either you are vaccinated or you're not. And unfortunately, for those who aren't, they can't travel as freely as the people that are. But again, no judgment. It's just that's just the rules right now. But I'm sure that'll change in the next couple months. Honestly, yeah. If they're taking testing, it's like they're gonna pretty much roll back everything. Not 100%. I thought they brought back the Diamond Platinum Party. I thought they might have. I know for the Mardi Gras, they never had it. Like even when we were on, they just gave us a free glass of wine or something, and that was it. That was like the extent of it. Which that's like just where my head's at right now. But Pete's on the Legend right now, and he's platinum, so I'm sure he'll be able to tell me, or he'll film probably the whole experience of the platinum party, because it's his first cruise being. It might not be his first cruise being platinum, but we usually just don't go to the platinum party regardless. Which it is what it is. Nice. Lucky him. yeah, definitely lucky him. I mean, I'm excited to get on the Liberty next. What is it, like 3 weeks now? I think it's 3 weeks, which is awesome. I'm very excited to just have new content. Honestly, I'm really excited just for like the fact of having content out, because I feel like we just haven't posted a cruise vlog in a very long time, probably since like February or March. So I'm excited to get that stuff out there too. But more excited to like go sit on an island, drink a couple pina coladas at like 11 a.m. And then obviously I'm an advocate of C-Day brunch. I think it's the best thing that was ever invented. So excited to do some screwdrivers and eat some steak and eggs, a couple eggs Benedict. But my dog is going absolutely crazy right now. So I am going to end this stream so we can take him out. But thank you guys. Matt, C-Day brunch is where it's at. Hey, if we go on this cruise together, we'll be in contact. We will do a bottomless brunch. And then, like I said, we do buy bottles at the room. So we could always take the party back to one of our rooms afterwards. But all right, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I have to cut this short. Well, it's been an hour and a half, so not too short. It's just the full length movie. But thank you guys for watching. I think Pete will be back next week doing Let's Talk Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that. And then because he's coming back, we're gonna have vlog content probably out pretty shortly. So yeah, I mean, be on the lookout for new stuff. Really excited to share with you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, everyone. And be in touch, definitely, Matt. Bye.